Every person arrives on this earth carrying something the world has never seen before. It is almost hidden, like a seed tucked away in the dark soil, waiting for the right moment to press through the ground and meet the sun. But most people never discover what they truly carry. They move through life repeating routines, surviving hours instead of living purpose, following patterns instead of planning vision. Yet a human life was never designed to be ordinary. It was formed with intention, breathed into existence by purpose itself, and loaded with potential that demands exploration. Every great change in history was made by someone who decided not to live as a shadow of themselves. They committed to discovering why they were here, and they made that discovery the center of their choices. Dr. Myles Munroe taught that the greatest tragedy is not death, but a life lived without knowing your purpose. A person who understands their purpose becomes like a lit torch in the night. They may stand alone for a moment, but their glow invites others to rise too. If you want to change your life, the journey begins with a single, honest question. Who are you really? Not the name on your ID, not the job you work, not the roles people place on your shoulders. Deep beneath all of that is the real you, the one designed before the world even knew your name. Inside every human heart is a blueprint, a silent design, a calling that keeps knocking at the door of your thoughts when life becomes too quiet for you to ignore it. That calling does not shout. It whispers. It waits. It nudges. But it never disappears. Most people silence that voice because they fear leaving the familiar. They fear failing. They fear judgment. They fear the unknown. Yet purpose never grows where fear rules. Purpose is unlocked by courage, discipline, and clarity. You cannot obey your fear and still expect to meet the version of yourself that carries your greatness. You must choose which voice will guide your steps. There comes a time when life corners you and asks for a decision: stay comfortable or grow. Comfort is warm, but it weakens you. Growth is demanding, but it shapes you. Purpose lives in the realm of growth. Think of a seed in the soil. At first, life is safe and quiet below the ground. But if the seed wants to become a tree, it must break, it must open. It must push through dirt, rocks, and pressure to reach light. Purpose requires that same push. You cannot become what you were born to be without leaving the place where you started. The world around you constantly pushes you to blend in. But the world within you keeps urging you to stand out. Every time you feel that inner desire for something greater, you are feeling the echo of your destiny. When you ignore that echo, your life begins to feel smaller, heavier, less alive. When you follow it, even if the path is uncertain, something inside you wakes up again. You begin to feel like you are finally breathing with your full lungs instead of shallow gasps. The longing you feel for a better life is not just a dream. It is evidence. It is proof that you were made for more. You were crafted with ideas, gifts, abilities, sensitivities, and strengths that are not random. They were placed in you intentionally because the world needed what you contain. The fact that no one else on earth has your exact blend of gifts is your confirmation that your purpose is unique. You are not a copy. You are an answer. But potential alone is not enough. Potential is like a locked chest filled with treasure. It looks impressive, but it means nothing until you find the key. That key is discipline. Purpose without discipline becomes wasted intention. Discipline is the force that turns potential into reality. It shapes your thoughts, strengthens your habits, and focuses your actions. You cannot unlock your future with laziness. You cannot reach destiny by accident. Purpose must be pursued with intention, effort, and consistency. The world celebrates talent, but purpose celebrates development. Talent is only the raw material. Purpose is the finished masterpiece. Many talented people fail to succeed because they mistake talent for destiny. Talent is not destiny. Destiny is the result of managing your talent with wisdom, accountability, humility, and maturity. Purpose demands responsibility. Purpose demands growth. Every time you take a step toward becoming the person you were born to be, you step away from the person you were never meant to remain. That transformation is uncomfortable. You may lose people who only knew the old version of you. You may shed habits that once felt comforting. You may outgrow environments that once felt like home. But growing is not losing, it is evolving. What falls away during your journey is not punishment. It is preparation. You cannot take everything with you into your future. Some relationships, mindsets, fears, and memories are weights that cannot survive the altitude of destiny. Like a rocket leaving the ground, there are pieces that must fall away for you to rise. Letting go is not weakness. Letting go is wisdom. Your vision of the future must become stronger than your attachment to the past. The past has a voice, but the future has a purpose. You cannot walk forward while staring backward. You cannot build tomorrow with yesterday's tools. Life invites you to move towards your future one choice at a time. Purpose reveals itself when you commit to that movement. Your life may not look ideal right now. You may feel behind. You may feel overlooked. You may feel like your dreams are too far away. But purpose is not measured by speed. Purpose is measured by direction. Even a small step in the right direction holds more value than 1,000 steps in circles. What matters is not how fast you move, but that you keep moving with intention. There is greatness inside you that your current circumstances cannot erase. Your environment may limit you for a season, but it cannot cancel what was placed inside you by design. A seed can be surrounded by concrete, yet given the slightest crack, it will still break through. That is the stubborn nature of purpose. It refuses to remain buried when a person decides to rise. If you want to unlock your purpose, you must dare to believe that you were born with one. Many people doubt themselves because they measure their worth by the opinions of others. But people did not create you, so people cannot define you. You were born with purpose before anyone had an opinion about you. The Creator designed you with intention long before the world ever judged you. Purpose is not discovered by chasing success. Purpose is discovered by seeking understanding. Success without purpose is exhaustion. Purpose brings clarity, direction, and peace. When you walk in purpose, even your struggles become meaningful. Instead of seeing obstacles as roadblocks, you begin to see them as training. Instead of seeing setbacks as failure, you begin to see them as shaping. Purpose gives pain a reason. Purpose gives challenges a direction. Purpose gives life a center. The first part of your journey begins with awareness. Awareness that you are more than your mistakes. Awareness that your past does not define your future. Awareness that your gifts are clues. Awareness that your dreams have meaning. Awareness that the quiet desire inside your heart is not fantasy, but calling. When you decide to pursue the person you were born to be, life begins to respond. Opportunities you never noticed begin to appear. Ideas begin to sharpen. Your confidence begins to grow. The same world that once looked gray begins to open in color again. Purpose creates momentum, and momentum transforms your direction. But this is only the beginning. Purpose does not unfold in a single moment. It unfolds across seasons. Just as a tree does not bear fruit the same day it is planted, your destiny develops through stages. Dr. Myles Munroe often compared potential to a seed because seeds carry quiet greatness. They do not announce themselves. They grow while hidden. And that hidden growth is necessary. Before the world sees your fruit, your roots must be strengthened. The root stage of your purpose is the season when nothing looks impressive from the outside. You may feel invisible, overlooked, or behind others. But invisibility is often a gift. It gives you time to build discipline without distraction. It gives you time to study, improve, and refine your character. It gives you time to make mistakes in private. It gives you the freedom to grow without the pressure of an audience. Do not despise slow seasons. Do not despise small beginnings. Every great tree had a small beginning. As you grow, you will face resistance. Resistance is not a sign that you are on the wrong path. Resistance often confirms that you are stepping into something meaningful. When an airplane takes off, the strongest wind hits at the front. The force that fights against it is the same force that helps it rise. In the same way, the pressure you face while pursuing purpose is often the signal that you are rising higher than you've ever been. The discomfort you feel during growth is not there to break you. It is there to build you. Purpose requires strength. It requires resilience. It requires clarity under pressure. If you avoid challenges, you weaken your foundation. If you confront them, you sharpen your abilities. Every skill you develop becomes a tool for your purpose. Every hardship you endure becomes wisdom that strengthens your leadership. Every disappointment you survive becomes experience that deepens your compassion. Nothing is wasted in the hands of purpose. But purpose also demands responsibility. You cannot blame others for your life and expect to reach your destiny. Responsibility forces you to take ownership of your choices, your habits, your time, and your attitude. You cannot control everything that happens around you, but you can control your reaction. You can control your focus. You can control your discipline. Your power lies in what you choose daily. Many people dream of greatness, but few are willing to practice it. Greatness is not born from big moments. It is built through small, consistent decisions. It lives in your routines. It grows in your habits. When you choose discipline over distraction, you shape your future. When you choose growth over comfort, you strengthen your character. When you choose vision over excuses, you expand your capacity. Purpose demands that you stop waiting for perfect conditions. There will never be a moment when everything is ready. There will never be a season without obstacles. There will never be a time when fear is silent. If you wait for everything to align, you will wait your entire life. Purpose begins when you decide to begin. Fear will always try to interrupt you. It whispers doubts, exaggerates risks, and magnifies weaknesses. But fear is often a sign that you are heading towards something significant. Courage does not mean the absence of fear. Courage means moving forward even while fear speaks. When you step through fear, it loses authority over your life. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow. Relationships are like soil. Some help you flourish. Others choke your growth. Be wise with the company you keep. People who fear purpose will criticize yours. People who gave up on their dreams will discourage yours. But people who live with vision will strengthen yours. Your environment affects your elevation. Keep voices around you that remind you of your potential, not your limitations. As you pursue purpose, you will discover that your gift is not for you alone. Every person on earth carries a gift that someone else needs. Your purpose is connected to service. You were designed to bring value to others through what you carry. When you use your abilities to serve, your life gains meaning. Money may follow, opportunities may follow, but the true reward is impact. Purpose transforms your life, but it also transforms the lives of those around you. You do not need fame to fulfill purpose. You do not need applause. You do not need validation. You need commitment. You need consistency. You need faithfulness with what you already have. When you master what is in your hands today, you prepare for what will come tomorrow. Every day is a page in the story of your purpose. Some pages will be heavy. Some pages will be joyful. Some pages will test your patience. But if you keep turning the pages, your story will take shape. You cannot judge your life by a single chapter. You must see the bigger picture. You must trust that the author of your destiny did not design you for mediocrity. Your life matters. You carry answers, ideas, solutions, and creativity that this world needs. You are not a random arrival. You are intentional. You are capable. You are gifted. You are necessary. The fact that you are alive today is proof that your assignment is not finished. You may feel like you have wasted time. You may feel late. But purpose does not retire. Purpose waits. Purpose remains inside you, ready to be activated the moment you decide to act. As long as you can breathe, you can begin again. As long as you can think, you can plan again. As long as you can move, you can rise again. The power of becoming the person you were born to be is already within you. It does not need to be imported. It needs to be awakened. It needs to be believed. It needs to be pursued with the same passion you use to breathe. Because purpose is life. And without it, life becomes only existence. You were created to shine, to grow, to expand, to influence, and to lead in your own unique way. The world needs what is inside you, even if the world does not know it yet. The question is no longer about your potential. The question is whether you will choose to activate it. Your future is not waiting for someone else. Your future is waiting for you. Rise. Begin. Become.